What's up, boxing fans? Okay, so we had a little internet issue, and so we got disconnected from the internet during that live stream. So we are back up again and continuing the discussion about Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Yeah, so I forgot where I actually left off at. I had a little issue, like I said, with my internet, and so we got disconnected while in the middle of the live stream, but we're back up and running right now. So you know basically I think we were talking about whether or not Wilder could get some training and come back stronger than ever uh, for his fight against Fury. Okay. And like I said, I think that I'm not saying that I'm not writing Wilder off. I'm not saying that he can't train, he can't improve his skills. I think he can improve his skills if he have the right trainer, and if he listens and put in some hard work and dedication. Okay, I think he can come back even stronger than he was before because, like I said, he has an amazing power in that right hand, and if he put his punches together and learn how to actually box and improve his boxing technique, then I think that he could come back even stronger than he was before. Okay, just like AJ did against Ruiz. I think Wilder can do the same thing, but he got to put in the work. Okay, and he got to get the right trainer, to get that done. And now, like I said previously, if Wilder fired Mark Breland because Mark Breland threw in the towel, that was the wrong reason to fire Mark Breland. Okay, but if he fired Mark Breland because he think that he couldn't get a better trainer where he could improve his skills, then I don't see anything wrong with it. Moving on to another trainer. Okay, I mean I don't know why. You know, I don't. I'm not. Then again, we don't know if he just making Breland the scapegoat because that's something that he needs for his ego. To say why he has to have a reason. Other than himself, why he lost. Okay, and maybe he feels that he needs to do that to assuage his ego. I don't know, but I'm sure he had his reasons for firing Mark Breland. But be that as it may, uh, he needs to get a good trainer. I think he should take up Floyd Mayweather offer to train him and to actually get a good trainer and actually work on improving his boxing skills so that he can get in there and do what needs to be done. Okay, because like I said again, if he doesn't improve his boxing skills, there's no way he's gonna beat uh, Tyson Fury, even if they fought 100 times. Okay, he needs a drastic improvement in his boxing skills on the order of what Anthony Joshua did in the second fight against Ruiz, in order for him for this fight to be any different than the first two fights. Okay, and so that's just how I see it. Uh, Now, I mean, I guess we could talk about the fight in terms of AJ and Fury. So it looks like that fight is ahead of us, and it looks like that fight will be made now that uh, Deontay Wilder is more or less out the picture. As he said, he's not been training, and he has to recover from his injury to his bicep, and so he's working on his recovery right now. And so I don't see no reason why the AJ and the Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury fight can't happen now, because I'm pretty sure Wilder doesn't expect Fury to just sit around and wait, or the whole boxing world just stop and wait for him to recover from his injury. We don't know how long that's going to take. Okay, and like I said already, it could just be a strategy that Wilder is using to get more time before the fight so he could improve his skills. Okay, that could be a possibility, but let's take him at his word that he's injured and that he's not ready to fight right now, and he looks like he's not going to be ready to fight anytime in the near future. Okay, so if that's the case, then the fight with AJ and Fury can move forward, and should happen in 2021, hopefully. Okay. Now, what would that fight look like between AJ and Fury? I mean, well, there's no doubt that AJ has more boxing skills than Wilder. Okay, and I don't know if I don't think he has the same power that Wilder had, that same knockout power in the right hand that Wilder had, but he does have knockout power. We saw him knock out Klitschko. Okay, and so because when AJ first started out, he didn't start as a boxer as he's doing now, like in his last fight against Ruiz, and we still don't know what type of strategy he's going to be using in his next fight. If he's going to stick to the boxing technique that he has developed in the second fight against Ruiz, or if he's going to revert back to his previous boxing technique, which was more or less of a puncher. Okay, boxer puncher type style. Okay, so we don't know, but I mean, maybe he's just employing different styles for different opponents, which you have to do to a certain degree when you fight these guys. But we're not sure which AJ we're gonna see in the fight, against Pulev, which is coming up soon. So we should be able to see where AJ is on that fight against Pulev if that fight happens. So it'll be interesting to see what AJ would look like against Fury. Whether it's the boxing AJ or the boxer puncher AJ. Okay, so I think that personally, I think AJ will put up a better fight against Fury than Wilder did. Okay, and I'm thinking that it's possible that Wilder, that AJ Anthony Joshua could actually beat Fury. Okay, I think he has the skills to do it. Okay, the power, but whether he can actually do it is a whole different ball game. I mean, in a fight between AJ and Fury, at this point, I'm thinking I probably lean a little bit. I'm leaning a little bit towards Fury simply because of his superior boxing skills. I mean, the guy is a great boxer. Okay, and now we see that with his new trainer, he's added something to his repertoire where he's like a go forward guy now. A knockout artist. It looks like. So in the way he did against Wilder in the last fight, because prior to that he was a guy who would stay away from the opponent, keep them at the range, box them, and use a jab. But it looked like in the last fight he's walking people down now. So I don't know if that's just a strategy he just did against Wilder, which I'm leaning towards thinking that's the case, that he just employed that strategy specifically for Wilder because they knew that Wilder couldn't fight it backing up, and so maybe they did that for that fight, and that's not the way he's going to fight all the time, or that's not the way he's going to fight against AJ, because I don't really think that would work against AJ. I think AJ has a little more versatility than Wilder. He has more boxing skills than Wilder, and the only thing that he's probably lacking in is power. But you don't have to worry about that, because I mean, even though Fury knocked out Wilder in the last fight, Fury is not really historically hasn't been known as a knockout artist. He's more of a boxer than anything else. But maybe this is the new Fury, okay? The post-pandemic Fury, turned into a knockout artist. So we'll see. But that should be an interesting fight, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. And I don't know when that fight is going to be made, or if it's going to be made in 2021. But we do know that from reports that's been out there that Fury and Anthony Joshua have come to some type of agreement that they're going to fight twice. Okay, they're going to have two fights. So that's good news. And hopefully, after the Pulev fight, that will be next. But we're not sure about that, because I mean, there's something going on there about whether or not AJ Anthony Joshua's mandatory. I think supposedly he has a mandatory against Usyk, and he's talking about dropping the belt so he can fight Wilder instead of fighting Usyk. Okay, I don't know. Hopefully they can work something out where he doesn't have to actually drop the belt. Okay, and that they can probably do some pay Usyk to step aside so that they can make that fight. But I don't think Usyk is probably going to go for that, so we don't know. So everything's up in the air right now in terms of that. But there's no doubt now, however, that basically Wilder is out of the picture right now, and that as I said previously, I'm sure he's not expecting Fury to sit around and wait for him to recover, because he's, like you say, he's not even training right now, so he doesn't look like he's anywhere in the picture. So I'm pretty sure that's a green light. Him coming out and saying that is a green light for Tyson Fury to go ahead and make some, continue on with his career and not have to worry about this upcoming rematch with Wilder. Now, there's talk out there that the contract, the rematch clause is, has an expiration date on it, which would make sense. I mean, but we don't know what that date is, and hopefully we'll find out. But if that's the case, then it looks like Wilder wouldn't necessarily get an immediate rematch with Fury, and that he would have to basically go out there and fight some other guys and build himself back up again to into contention for the heavyweight title. Now, I mean, I don't know how far he'd have to build himself back up. I don't think he's going to be, just being out for a year is going to push him down in the rankings too much. I think if a year from now, he'll still be up there as, probably number 1, number 2, or number 3 contender for all the belts. I mean, so, so it wouldn't have to be necessarily a huge rebuilding process to get back, to get a title fight, whether it's against Fury, AJ, or whoever has the title at that point in time when he decides to come back. Okay, so I mean, if he decides to come back, he might take the year off and decide that he likes not fighting. He's not like I don't think he's hurting for money or anything. So maybe he's gonna retire. Who knows? I mean, it's a possibility. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but who knows? We'll see what happens. So now the question is, who will win the fight between AJ and Fury? And like I said, I'm leaning toward Fury because of his boxing skills, but I'm going to put off, actually picking someone until I see what Anthony Joshua looks like in his next fight. Supposedly he's going to fight Pulev. I would like to see that fight, see where where he is right now in terms of, the changes he had made in the second Ruiz fight. If he's continuing in that vein, using that type of style to more of a boxing style, or if he's gonna go back to his old boxer puncher style. Okay, I mean, it'd be interesting to see how he would fight Fury, if he would try to use the boxer puncher style, because as opposed to the just a more of a boxing style. Okay, so it's things are looking interesting right now, and I think the momentum is being built for this fight that's coming up, between AJ and Fury, and I think a lot of people are looking forward to that fight, and so am I. Okay, it'll be a great fight. It'd be great if we're going to get that fight in 2021. Okay, after the Pulev fight, and I would definitely be looking forward to that, and so would millions of other people all over the world. That's a huge fight. Okay, huge, especially if the fight happens in England. Okay. So, I mean, because it's 2 British champions, fighting each other, it's a big fight. I mean, all the belts now are held by, foreigners. None of the Americans have a title at the heavyweight division anymore. Basically, Deontay Wilder gave up the title to Fury, and now, the title is overseas now. Even though Fury is fighting out of America right now, but he's still a British. He's still a British citizen. So, all the belts are basically in British hands right now. you know, AJ and Fury. So it is what it is. I mean, at this point, I don't know when we're going to see another heavyweight champ, American heavyweight champ. I mean, that belt might be in Europe for quite some time, because who is on the horizon right now in America that we can say is the next heavyweight phenom? I'm not sure. So looks like the belt is going to be overseas for quite some time at this point, unless Deontay comes back next year sometime in 2021 and reclaim the belt. You know, and that's only one belt, because all the other belts are basically AJ has the rest of the belts, and so, you know, he would still have to fight AJ to get all the belts, you know, back in America. So I mean, it is what it is. So it's interesting times right now in boxing. Okay, like I said, AJ should be after the Pula fight, should be looking to fight Fury. It's a huge fight, big money fight, and you know, probably one of the biggest fights out there right now, if not the biggest. I'm pretty sure it's the biggest fight. You know, AJ Fury fight is the biggest fight out there, right now. Okay, even bigger than Errol Spence, Bud Crawford. Okay, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that if it happens. You know, anytime soon, if it happens in 2021. Whether it's the first half of 2021 or the second half, I'm definitely looking forward to that. That's a huge fight. And it looks like, for right now, Deontay Wilder will be looking on from the sidelines. Okay? You know, and hopefully he's not just looking, he's out there training and, you know, getting himself together to come back and take a narrow stab at retrieving the title. Okay? So we'll see what happens. But this is TBE Boxing. I'm going to leave it there. That's all for now. TBE Boxing. I'm out.